Hello, it's me, Rosemary, part of the Mystic Creations team. Just doing a little Monday reading. I imagine this being a monthly reading, um, but, you know, there's not too much difference between that and a normal reading for me. Um, I don't like spell out every week or anything like that. Just a general month ahead thing. Um, and I guess we're past the halfway point. Um, but it's always good to check in, you know. Time is relative. It's all made up and the points don't matter, right? First and foremost, I gotta take my meds and drink my water. So should you know, if you have meds to take. But always drink your water. Alright. And I do have coffee here as well. It says I don't need Google. My husband knows everything. If you know my partner, he does know everything. Anyway, so I'm going to explain what I drew. I drew a Keepers of the Light as someone we can speak to, someone we can learn about, someone we can talk to in our lives. From there, I drew two of the Cosmic Dancer Oracle deck. Let me get that cover out so I can show you what that looks like. There's that one. And with that, I drew one from the top, one from the bottom of the deck. It's one of my favorite go-tos. It really speaks to me. It has not failed me yet. So it's what I do. Moving on, I did the Prism Oracle as some support cards for that Cosmic Dancer. I did two from the top, two from the bottom, and linked them with the corresponding card. Last but not least, I did our Postcards from Spirit by Colette Baron Reed. This is what it looks like. That's what that looks like. And the top card, if you listen to the podcast, you're gonna rehear it because it's the one I drew on Thursday. But I also picked from the bottom too. So I thought a wonderful way to open up. Let me have a sip of coffee first. I'm tired. I just woke up not too long ago. I like to do these like not right when I wake up. But shortly after I wake up, just, I'm a little more fuzzy up here, but I feel like it helps. You know. So, before I read this is the month of October. The veil is thinning. Things might be a little more turbulent. At least that's what I've noticed with myself. And I think that's because I'm actually acknowledging the veil thinning. I'm acknowledging all of these magical things that are happening, the transitions, the movements. And now that I have taken an active place in that, it's a little more chaotic, which I'm okay with. Something else about me, in the past, October starts the holidays of death for me. All of my family that has passed has basically died from October to December. Like, all of them. So I used to feel really, really sad in October. October 14th was my dad's 7th, I believe, anniversary. It didn't even cross my mind this year, which is awesome. But I just wanted to, open that up, that these feelings of grief and stuff might be rearing their head, and it's natural. The veil's thin. Those spirits can come to us, and whether we know it's the spirit coming to us or not, we're going to be reminded of them. We're going to be, touched. We're going to, we're going to feel stuff. And don't shy away from it. Grieve. Do what you need to do because you need to do it. Okay. Oh, this was the top card. So, jumping in now. This is the card that if on Thursday you listen to the podcast, which all of you should do. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you get your podcast, because I use Anchor.fm, which distributes them everywhere. So go. It's called the Mystic Creations Podcast. What are you waiting for? It's awesome. You get to hear my voice some more, talk about cards. I even cried in an episode because I was going through stuff, You can get to be vulnerable with me and share, Go do it. It's a good choice. This card was on Thursday. Dearest you, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws, and we view the creations of spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence. But the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you right now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter life with all its flawsomeness. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too, imperfect and human, complex or simple. It doesn't matter, for there is always something to discover, experience, and love. When you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Loving you like crazy. These are so cute. I love them. But yeah, I really resonate with this. Not waiting for an ideal. I normally wait for the perfect motivation, the perfect mood to start something, even simple as doing laundry. Get that out of there. Just do the thing. The mood will come. The motivation will come. Do the thing. Alright. The second postcard I'm going to wrap up this with. But, as always, we're going to start Hope. Hope, hope, hope. Here's our keeper of the light. This is Hope. She says, love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. This is a theme that has been coming up. Oh, sorry. Bumped my desk. This is a theme that has been coming up in my life. The theme of Mr. Rogers. I have not seen that documentary about Mr. Rogers, but I need to. My partner told me there's a quote that roughly goes like this. So, there's people that think people think there's tons of ways to do something. That's not true. There's actually just two. There's with love and without love. And this card embodies that. That's what I get wholeheartedly. I am going to read a little bit about Hope. This book gives a little bit of history, a little bit of knowledge about the person, but I urge all of us, myself including, I'm going to do it after the video, to read more on Hope. Read more about her story, because there's something there that's going to resonate with us. Hope is an angel who is dedicated to promoting the idea that we on earth are loved, cherished, and supported by the kingdom of heaven. She is all about helping us see the light beyond whatever darkness we are in. Traveling as part of a holy trinity, faith, hope, and charity, she helps us recognize that hope isn't about wishing for something good to happen or help to arrive, but trusting that support is already present. Hope is the twin flame of Archangel Gabriel. She has a gentle presence, but she is absolutely glorious. She sings sweet harmonies to us, and these songs are waves of love, washing away anything that stands between us and self-love and acceptance. Awesome. It says here, angels are gathering around you in celebration that you are finally willing to see how loving and lovable you are. Hope is here with her legion of love angels, guiding you to see that you deserve loving relationships, loving experiences, and loving acceptance from the world around you. We definitely all deserve that. Every single one of us. I'm going to say it. I don't care what you've done. You deserve love. I don't care. I don't care what you've done. You could throw out any of the big crimes that nobody wants to talk about, and I will tell you deserve love. Donald Trump, he deserves love. He deserves a lot of other things too, but he deserves love. I deserve love. You deserve love. None of my cats are in here, but they deserve love too. So do yours. Give them a big hug and a smooch for me. Same for your puppies, your guinea pigs, your birds, whatever. Give them a smooch and a hug for me. Because I love them. We're all lovable. Don't let the world twist it. The world likes to do that. Humans like to do that. Humans like to twist it. So don't let us do that. I'm sure I've said things in the past that have made people feel a little unloved or unlovable. I apologize. I apologize all the time for stuff like that. Um, and I like to think that I've grown since then. Uh, also, have love for yourself. Like Hope says, it's not just about loving other people, it's about loving yourself, and these angels are here to guide us towards self-love. And I find that when we are engaging in self-love, it's a lot easier for us to engage in external love. Now, it's not that really toxic, like in order to love somebody else, you have to know how to love yourself. Yeah. If you're working on loving yourself, you still deserve love. Like, hands down. Um, hands down. So let's move on. That's Hope. Please, read about her. Read about the other angels, the Trinity. Hope, Charity, and... I need to look. Oh, I just slipped to Charity. Look at that. What was the last one? Because I know if I forgot, you also forgot. Faith. Faith, Hope, and Charity. Look them up. They're good ladies. Now, the meat and potatoes. The first one we got. Stretch and expand. Stretch and expand is about that, but view it not physically, although, let's take a stretch. It's pretty good. Stretching and expanding, just like physically like this, it's good to stretch and expand your brain. That could be challenging yourself, learning a new hobby, just learning anything. That's really, makes our mind strong, stretches us out. Doubly, your consciousness. All right. Your consciousness, and doing that with lack of fear. So, and I'm speaking a little bit because the next card is surrender and trust. And these two cards are so good together. A lot of times when we stretch and expand, we learn new skills. We, gain new information. However you want to put it, we are gaining this new stuff. We have more capabilities, more knowledge, and what are we going to do with that knowledge? What are we going to do with that? So that's what stretch and expand is about. It's about using your stuff to stretch and expand your mind, body, emotions, business, house, your space, whatever. Much less, though, okay, when I say like your business, your house, your space, much less on a physical plane, although it can be like, cleaning so you have a little more room for your creative endeavors, or it could mean cleaning to have more mental space so you're not thinking about the cleaning. That's also stretch and expand. It's, it's really whatever you need it to mean, okay? For me, it is doing my stuff, strutting my stuff, talking the talk, walking the walk, without fear. Stretching and expanding, I'm getting new information, I'm learning new skills, I'm applying them to my life, and it's kind of scary, wanting bigger, better things, wanting new things, stretching out can be scary because, we're in our comfort zone and it's all cozy, got my blanket back there, it's all, I'm holding my cat, comfort zone. Break out of it. You'll thank yourself later. That's what I get from this, and especially this card. Just saying that made me piece this together. Like if you look at the card, it looks like there's that barrier here, and they're gonna break that. Now it also could be a meteor has the thing, but I like to think that this person is gonna break out of that barrier. Just go flying, and when you break that barrier, stretch and expand, limitless, your potential is limitless, for sure. I'm going to touch, before I get to the supporting cards, no, let's do that now. So stretch and expand. I got isolation and faith. How interesting, huh? So, personally, when I stretch and expand, it usually does mean isolation. It means I'm learning. It means that there's just a lot going on up at the noggin that I can't get distracted by for the world, with the world, right? So, this is fitting for me, and it might be fitting for you too. When we have those level up moments, asking for help is fine. Asking for help can happen while you isolate. All right. The isolation card, whenever I speak about isolating, it's in a positive light. Okay. Isolation is not always negative. Isolation can be returning to yourself, so you get a deeper hold on you. Things have been really crazy, so you retreat to yourself just to get that stable footing again. You can also ask for help while doing that. Like, say you're trying to get your stable footing and you just need help. I don't know. You really don't feel like cooking dinner or something. Ask a friend. Hey, you want to come over and have dinner? It's going to be a lot easier to motivate myself to eat if you're also here. That's not isolation. Now, if you have that person stay out of fear because you're like, oh my god, I'm going to be alone after this and then my motivation's going to disappear, that's not good. That's something to notice. So I find with isolation, we're able to learn a lot about we're able to learn a lot about ourselves. It just hit me. Retrograde's over, I do believe. So, did you learn anything about yourself? Retrograde always calls me to isolate, to just come back, call my energies back, because there's going to be communication issues, there's going to be stuff, and that also involves with me. There's going to be communication issues with me, so better figure it out, and what better to figure it out than when I'm alone with myself. I digress. Retrograde as a whole, there's the conversation. Faith is the next card. Here's faith. Now, faith, it's not necessarily about God, spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's about ourselves. It's about having faith that everything's gonna work out. So while we're stretching and expanding, bigger and better things coming, we have to have faith that we're going to stretch and expand in the right direction. We're going to stretch and expand, and it's going to be okay. We're not going to expand ourselves so thin that we burn out. We're going to stretch and expand to a point where we are still strong and, I think you get it. Stretching and expanding is so good. Speaking of, I'm going to do yoga today. It's been a few days, and I definitely feel it. I hit like a depression spot or something. I don't know. It was just like 3 or 4 days where I was out of it. But I'm back for the most part. Moving on to this next card is the Surrender and Trust card. There's that. Very, very beautiful. Surrender and trust. Surrender and trust, and your heart is going to pop out just like that, except metaphorically. You're going to know exactly where you want to go. You're going to know exactly how you feel. You're going to know it, because you're going to be able to see your heart right there. If you just surrender and trust to what you want, what you need, okay? Still checking and making sure that what you want and need is healthy for you. But surrendering and trusting to the tides of the river. When I get really bogged down, when my ego is yelling at me, I just surrender to the helplessness of being alive in this universe. Sure, there are a lot of things I can have control over, but the overarching thing, with my consciousness right now, and my memories right now, I did not ask to be here. Okay? I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask my mom and my sperm donor to do it. I probably would have maybe said, I'll pass. But that's what I surrender and trust to. And if I can really lean into it, subconsciously it feels like going down a lazy river. You know, you might bump some things, you might get stuck in the weeds, but you can get out, and the river's gonna carry you along with surrender and trust. I got fear and trust. Fear and trust. There you go. So good. It's really hammering home the trust. Like, I feel especially in October, in fall in general, and winter. Like, the veil thins in the fall, but in the winter, I feel like they're all at play. There's nothing to really worry about for them in the winter. It's a lot lighter. There's not as much moisture in the air. They can actually, when I say they, I just mean spirit in general. However you view spirit, they can roam freely pretty much. And that is such, I totally lost that train of thought. I'm going to go back. Fear. Don't fear. Surrender and trust. That's the whole thing. Like, when you're surrendering and trusting yourself, I suppose, yeah, there's fear. But I want to urge you not to fear, alright? You get that, oh, I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to work out. Ooh. That's your ego talking. Your ego needs to be okay with not knowing things, because you cannot know everything all the time. Ever. Ever. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay? When I wake up, I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know really what I'm going to do. I don't know. I don't know. There could, a car could drive through my house later. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I could play a lotto ticket later and win $1 million. Probably not. I'm not going to buy a lotto ticket. But that's what I'm saying. There are these things that we just don't know, and try and combat that fear in yourself, because that fear will stop you in your tracks. I'm sure we've all felt it. Fear is not, there are some things, yes, fear helps, You see someone following you down a dark road. Yeah, be a little uneasy about that. But this day-to-day life, in regards to surrendering and trusting yourself, you have nothing to fear, because you have it all. You have it all inside of you. We can all do this. 100%. Trust yourself. And don't be afraid to ask for help. That's a big one. A lot of people are afraid to ask for help these days. I don't get it. Community is what makes this world run. Community. That's what I am all about. I want to foster community. And me on the Mystic Creations team, that's what I love, this community. So many times in live videos or in comment threads, I see people supporting people and lifting each other up. And that makes me so happy. That's what I want. I want for all of us to be able to come to this place and share, be vulnerable, and not be afraid of persecution. And I'm right there with you. I'm being vulnerable right there with you. If you check out last week's podcast episodes, yeah, I cried. I almost broke down, but I centered myself to get through the mantra. But don't be afraid to be vulnerable. It's really like a superpower. There was a post on Facebook, self-awareness and vulnerability are superpowers. It's for real, because how else are you going to grow if you are not aware of where you are and where you want to go? And if you're not vulnerable enough to open up, even if you don't feel comfortable opening up to other people, open up to yourself, honestly. My throat's getting dry. So, I'm going to end the post I'm going to end with this postcard. Dear you, uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at a rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you are pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of a higher power and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this: try something new, do something different. You won't know how it feels, what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. That word always trips me up. You'll be so glad you did, because the treasure will appear. We're so proud of you for being brave. You are so loved and so supported. Alright, let's all be brave today. Let's all just, do the thing. Let's all trust ourselves. Let's be brave. I mean, you got out of bed this morning. That's pretty brave in today's world, especially, you probably got a job you got to go into maybe early in the morning. No one wants to do that. You're providing for yourself. You're providing for your family. That's brave, okay? That is so brave. Not everyone does that. Not everyone does that bare minimum. So if you're doing it, if you are just simply taking care of yourself, don't be so hard on yourself. You're here, you're doing it, okay? Give yourself a hug for me. Pat on the back. If you got fur babies, I'm serious. Give them a hug for me, okay? Hi, Carmen. Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Here, I'll give him a hug for me. Oh, come here, baby. Hello. This is my fur baby, Carman. Yeah, he's incontinent. That's why he wears diapers. Yes, baby boy. So, I'm giving Carmen a hug from all of you. Yeah. Give your fur babies a hug for me, because I love them. I've said that now like 3 times in this video, so it should stick, right? So, with that, I am going to end on my mantra. You going to do the mantra with me, buddy? Well, he is. Alright, we're going to put our hands on our heart, or Carmen's heart, and we're going to say, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you be loved. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you be loved, Carmen. Yeah. Alright. Until next time, guys. Thank you so much.